Welcome back, everyone, to Inside Artesian Football, joined now by Spencer Clephane. And Spencer cleared this week to come back for contact after his injury. Before we get into that a little bit, the surgery that you had, why don't you talk about the season prior to that, offensively and defensively, and how you think things had gone, how you had been progressing prior to the you going down against before the Mooresville contest?
At the start of the season, we started off kind of slow, and we weren't I don't want to say ready, but our defensive backs, we weren't using proper technique. And Coach Rose, he started helping out with us, and he showed us, you know, the right things to do and the right ways to do things, and that helped us out a lot in our pass defense. And so we became a more balanced D where we could stop the run and the pass, and that helped us a lot. And offensively, we came better. It was just timing. It was over time. It had to get timing with Hayden and get together. You know, we'd stay after and throw and stuff, and we'd just work routes, and it's all about timing and making sure, you know, we're all on the same page. So stuff like that.
Just when you guys are starting to round into form, starting to play well, then you have a burst appendix, if you will. Can you talk a little bit about how all that goes?
It was a little scary. I threw up on school on Tuesday, and just killer pain. It hurt to do anything. And Wednesday I came in late, and I went to practice, and it hurt all the time, no matter what I was doing. And Thursday I came the full day to school and went to practice, and it was just pain no matter what I was doing, whether I was sitting down, whether I was running, anything. It just hurt really bad. And Coach K recommended me going to the doctor.
Probably a good move.
Yeah. And so we had an MR or a CAT scan, and they found out that it had ruptured, and I had an emergency surgery that night.
So what's the recovery process then? Is it not, I mean, it's not a huge surgery, but any surgery is big surgery, so what happens after that?
It's a waiting game, really, because everything, you're sore from your surgery, and all your stuff's kind of moved around a little bit from taking out your appendix, and it's basically a waiting game for everything just to get back to where it was and get comfortable, and for everything to just realign itself, really.
So you've had to wait. You talk a little bit about what you were able to do during that time off. Not a lot, but you were just cleared to be able to come back and start with running and contact.
Yeah, Monday I went to the doctor this past Thursday, and Monday he said that I could start running and do everything, and that'd be all right. And then he said Wednesday I could go back to contact and hitting some people, and it's exciting.
So you were able to do that yesterday. So was that good to be able to get back out there?
Yeah, it felt really good.
Now, how have you think you're going to have to try to get back up to speed if you were to rate yourself percentage-wise? Are you starting to get back to where you were before, I guess, the surgery?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, I'm not going to be full recovered just in that time. It's going to take a little bit more time for everything to get back in shape and everything like it was. But yeah, I think I'm getting there.
Coach Kutruff talked about the fact that he'd probably see some action. Don't know if you'd see offense, defense. Where you're going to see it, probably more on the defensive side of the ball. You've watched some game tape of Columbus North. What are some of the things that you guys have seen, or some of the things, your impressions of the Bulldogs that you'll face on Friday night?
Their quarterback is really good. He's a senior just like Hayden, and he can throw the ball. He can fit it into tight spaces. So we're going to have to really know we're going to be on our coverage and be on, you know, the man that we're supposed to be on and be where we're supposed to be. Otherwise, he'll hurt us.
I've got the game coming up on Friday night, and then if people have ever gone out to Junior League football games, the voice may sound a little bit familiar. They hear you every once in a while on the announcing. Do a great job out there. Can you talk a little bit about that and that kind of enjoyment? You've been around the program, obviously, for a long time. Your dad's coached and everything there, so it's been, I guess, pretty fun for you to be able to grow up with that.
Yeah, it is. It is a lot of fun. It kind of takes you back almost. Remember, you know, when I was out there playing, and now I'm up in the press box and just watching all the games, and you remember stuff that you did when you were little that, you know, some of these kids are doing, and it's great.
All right, well, we appreciate taking time. Glad you're back healthy, and we'll see you out there on Friday night.
All righty.
That's Spencer Clephane in here for the Artesians. He'll be back out on the field on Friday night, offensively, defensively. We will wait and see against the Columbus North Bulldogs. We'll bring the head coach back in here to wrap things up when Inside Artesian Football continues.
For Artesian Outdoors, the Bass Pro Shop on State Road 37 next to 84 Lumber. Inside you'll find a shop crammed full with all your hunting and fishing needs. Artesian Outdoors, the Bass Pro Shop, carries a full line of archery and hunting supplies of all types. And they have a giant selection of tackle, live bait, and fishing gear. And catalog ordering is also available every Monday. For all your hunting and fishing needs, stop by Artesian Outdoors, the Bass Pro Shop on State Road 37 next to 84 Lumber behind O'Neill Mulch.
Shop at Keller's Office Supply at 159 North Main Street in Martinsville for all your school and office supply needs. When you come to Keller's, you'll find superstore prices with a hometown service. Keller's has a wide variety of supplies from paper clips to office furniture. They also have a large selection of printer cartridges to choose from. Keller's offers same-day delivery for all your office and janitorial needs. And if they don't have your supplies in stock, they can deliver it to you the next day. Keller's is a proud sponsor of the Martinsville community.
Come to Keller's. We'll treat you like family.
$5 foot long. $5 foot long. $5 foot long.
Come into Martinsville Subway and enjoy a $5 foot long today.
Back inside Artesian Football with the head coach Fred Kutruff. Just had Spencer Clephane in here, and for him to be able to come back and after the appendectomy that he had, that's pretty good to come back within 3 weeks, and shows what kind of kid he is.
Well, I thought just the fact that when it busted on him, he still came out and tried to practice. I mean, that kills a lot of people. If it shows you how tough he is, and he didn't want to miss practice, and it's important to him. And Spencer's a different type of kid. If you ever talk to him, he's quiet, but the kids kind of rally around him. He was a leader on defense, and we're glad to have him back. And of course, many kids coming back after 3 weeks, and he's been cleared. We don't know how we're going to use him. We know he's going to play defense. Whether or not he plays offense, we'll see how he feels. But just trying to get his weight back up. But and then credit to the kids. We lose we've had a lot of these injuries, but our kids have never felt sorry for themselves. He's out. We know he's out. Kane Liscombe steps in on defense, does a great job for us. Going 2 ways, and that's kind of been our mentality. Everybody steps up and does their part.
Got a big game coming up against Columbus North on Friday night. This is a ball club you used to play when we were in Conference Indiana, or Martinsville used to play when in Conference Indiana. It's a team that's very balanced offensively, running the ball and passing the ball. They'll be very fundamentally sound, very strong as well. Coach Bless has done an outstanding job over there with that program, and it's going to be a tough task for you guys on Friday night.
This is probably the best team we've played all year as far as, we played some good ones, but as far as doing both, they throw it well, they've got a great quarterback, their guys catch it. They play really good defense, and then of course they can run the football. They got some nice. They're a lot like us. I mean, I think it ought to be a great game. And actually, this rivalry goes back to the old South Central Conference, right. When that was Columbus North was a big power back in the day, and they would had some great battles. So we're looking forward to it, and just the fact you get to play a second week and go over there. They've got a nice facility, turf, and again, you said they're well coached. Tim has done a great job. Coach Bless has done a great job over there and building the program up. And it's going to be. They got some big kids, but we're used to that. I don't think we've been bigger than anybody we played.
Let's talk a little bit about what they like to do offensively. You said they're pretty balanced, running the ball and throwing. I think they've run for a little over 1,800 yards this year. They've thrown for over 1,600 yards as well. So that's pretty balanced, similar to you guys. But what are we going to see out of them formation-wise on the offense? Well,
you're going to see a straight I formation at times. You're going to see what the old pistol, or I say old, maybe it's new, but you'll see the quarterback in shotgun. The tailback will be behind him. You don't know where he's going. They'll have an offset fullback. They like to run option out of it. They'll throw it out of it. They like to boot. I said the quarterback's really good. So we've got to honor him at all times. And then they like to throw it. They got receivers that do a good job catching. They got good routes. They're going to get a few of those, but when they need a first down, it's third and medium or third or second and short. They're not afraid to chuck it. And so I say we're very similar. On the defensive side of the ball, you're going to see a lot of, the beginning of the year they were in like a 3-3 stack. We used to run around here. They got away from it, and we're going to see more of a 4-3 to a 4-2 look if we bounce, depending if we in trips and what look we get. So we're going to see a lot of defense that we've seen. I think their DBs are really good. Their front line, they got some good size, good athletes, and their linebackers fill. So I get it. It looks like two teams are very similar.
What are you guys going to have to do key-wise if you want to keep playing here in the tournament and then get the win over there on Friday at Columbus?
Well, offensively, we've got to score. I know that I've said it last year, last week. They're going to get a few. We've got to slow them down. Hopefully, we do some things a little more fundamentally sound than we did. We've got to contain. We've got to play better pass defense. We can't blow coverages because if you blow it on them, they're going to take advantage of it. And we got to do our thing. We got to we've been pretty consistent, and it's like I really like last week's game. We got down and nobody got down on themselves. So even though the score wasn't going our way, but kids just kept plugging. We have to be able to do that. I mean, a team like this, you might be down 2 scores before you know it, and so you got to be ready to engage because it's going to be 4 quarters, and that's what we got to keep in mind. On the defensive side, just like I said, we've got to really stop their quarterback, but they got nice skill guys. They've got a group of I feel the same way we do. We've got a group of 4 or 5 guys that can hurt you. So do they, and we're a young team except for the quarterback. They're a young team except for their quarterback. So. Hopefully it'll be a great game and Artesians come out on top, but we got to be ready to play 4 quarters.
Get over there and watch the Artesians play on Friday night over at Columbus High School North as the Artesians will battle the Bulldogs in a matchup in round number 2 sectional play, the right to go to the sectional championship. Coach, as always, we appreciate you taking time to join us. We'll see you over there on Friday. Good luck.
Thanks.
Artesian head coach Fred Kutruff here inside Artesian Football. Martinsville, Friday night. Get over there, support the Artesians as they battle Columbus North. As always, I'd like to thank the coach for coming in. For the head coach Fred Kutruff, Spencer Clephane, and Carl Van Dievender, who produced it. I'm Eric Meyer. We'll see you again next time inside Artesian Football.